Hello, hello, and welcome back to the studio. Well, not this studio. And not that one either. Instead, today we're going on a bit of a wee road trip. A little bit of an excursion into this beautiful park in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. This is my view in my studio for the day because the City of Waterloo has commissioned me to create a public art piece by painting this picnic table. But, wait a minute. Something looks a little off here. This foliage? In Canada? In early April? Beginning of spring? Okay. When I said today, it's today for you if you're watching this video when it comes out in April, but for me, this happened, about 6 or more months ago, back in September of 2024. Those were the days. Back then, things were very different. For one thing, this lovely studio, well, it looked like that. I mean, with that kind of workspace, not really a surprise that I was choosing to work outdoors, huh? Okay, so my home studio is definitely changed a lot. Let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see a renovation and tour of this place. But lots and lots of other things have changed in my life and my practice since this footage was taken in September as well. For one thing, I had a wonderful assistant to help me with all of my art stuff. And, no, not that one. I mean, that one too, but she's still around. I mean my human assistant, Destiny. I've been in Strug City over here trying to figure out how to be an adult on my own because Destiny's been on mat leave with an actual baby for the last several months. Ooh, actually, I had 2 assistants. Sorry, Ember, didn't mean to forget you there. Actually, I mean 3 assistants. Ember, Destiny, and Jacob. Jacob was my high school co-op student through the fall 2024 term. Heads up to any high school students who might be interested in a creative co-op placement in the Kitchener-Waterloo region. Several of my studio mates and I have been delighted to welcome high school co-op students over the past several terms. I've left our contact information for the KW Artists Co-op down in the video description below if you would like to join us. So, about this picnic table public art project. The City of Waterloo put out a call for proposals asking local artists and artist groups to submit proposals for designs for picnic tables to be installed at local parks. This is, I believe, the 2nd year that they have put out a similar request. The 2024 call for entry specifically asked for artists to come up with designs that would engage with the topics of nature, community gardening in particular, and unity through diversity. And these are all topics that are very, very near and dear to my heart. Some of this might be obvious from this content on this channel, but some might be less so. I am a passionate gardener. And not just a gardener, but very specifically, I'm a very passionate community gardener. And while this did start as a sort of a necessity, living in a very urban area with very little land to garden myself, I first reached out to the community gardening community as a way to increase my own growing space, but I very quickly realized that the benefits are a lot more than just having the space to garden. Community gardens are a wonderful way to connect with your neighbors and to learn from each other. I'm always blown away by the diversity in our local community gardens. Each plot within the larger garden is a whole different world stewarded by that individual gardener, with completely different gardening styles, different planting densities, completely different plants. Many community gardeners will use their plots to grow crops that have specific cultural significance to them. I have learned so much by watching and talking to other gardeners in my community garden. I've also started to really embrace that art is inherently political and have been trying to find ways to connect my own artistic expression with messages that I care about. And so this project really called out to me. Because community gardening is something that's very important to me, I think that it is a great way of building community and celebrating. There was just one little problem. You see, I'm a watercolor artist, maybe some ink sometimes, but mostly I work in watercolor. And what's more, I work in thin, transparent layers and paint teeny tiny details as a botanical artist. None of this works with a project where I need to create a picnic table that will stand up to the elements. So I had to adapt. While the materials and techniques were left up to the commissioned artists, I did have to choose something that would realistically stand up to the elements. Since even the painting process was to be done outdoors in situ, there wouldn't be a lot of time for curing, so I was pretty limited to pretty much different kinds of acrylic. This kind of sucks for me. I just hate acrylic paint. There's no other way to say it. I'm sorry. All the respect to all of the acrylic painters I know who make beautiful art with acrylic, but I just can't stand the stuff. Ew. But perhaps more importantly than my own personal opinions, I also knew that I'm not particularly skilled with mixing or layering acrylics. However, I did want to have a very bright, colorful table. So I came up with the idea of painting a rainbow spectrum, nice and easy, across the entire table, and using that as a base, and then using acrylic-based markers to draw in the details in black and white over that. The rainbow spectrum is a little cliche, yes, but it's also very recognizable as a symbol of diversity. But it's not just people, it's not just community members that are diverse. It's also the gardens themselves that produce a huge diversity of produce. And so what I decided to do was use this rainbow base as a way to share all of the different produce that can be grown in our local community gardens. And then I decided to make my life just a little bit easier and less embarrassing by using black and white acrylic ink markers on top of the finished spectrum and just draw a whole range of all of the different fruits and vegetables that can be grown in our local community gardens. And hey, since this project was really all about inclusivity and community, I figured it just wouldn't be right if I was doing all of the drawing myself. It absolutely wasn't just because of sun and time and weather constraints that I recruited Destiny and Jacob and some other passing community members who didn't want to be on camera to join me in drawing on this table. That was totally just because that's part of the project, you see. Community engagement. I had a huge amount of fun working on this project, despite the yuck that is acrylic. And so I really want to thank the City of Waterloo for opening up this wonderful opportunity for local artists. If you happen to be in the area, you can check out this table. It is at St. Moritz Park in Waterloo, Ontario. And if you do get a chance to check it out, do let me know how the paint has held up through the winter, because I haven't had a chance to go back and check yet. This project was also a huge wake-up call for me that really has helped me realize that I really do want to do more artwork that is community engaged, and also specifically art relating to gardening and community gardening. I feel like there's not enough there. I have some thoughts on that. So if that's something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, ring the bell so that you'll be notified when my next video comes out. And I will be back to you with lots more gardening and art content coming up soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.